We're told that the nth partial sum of the series from n equals 1 to infinity of a sub n is given by, and so the sum of the first n terms is n squared plus 1 over n plus 1. And they want us to figure out what is the actual seventh term. And like always, pause this video and see if you can figure it out on your own before we work through it together. All right, so one way to think about it is a sub 7. Let's think about how that relates to different sums. So if we have a sub 1 plus a sub 2, I'll just go all the way, a sub 3 plus a sub 4 plus a sub 5 plus a sub 6 plus a sub 7. So if I were to sum all of these things together, this entire sum, that would be s sub 7. And if I wanted to figure out a sub 7, well, I could subtract from that. I could subtract out the sum of the first 6 terms. So I could subtract out s sub 6. So once again, what am I doing here? What is my strategy? I know the formula for the sum of the first n terms. I can use that to say, okay, I can figure out the sum of the first 7 terms. That's going to be the sum of all of these. And then I can use that same formula to figure out the sum of the first 6 terms. And the difference between the two, well, that's going to be our a sub 7. So another way of saying what I just said is that a sub 7 is going to be the sum of the first 7 terms minus the sum of the first 6 terms. The sum of the first 6 terms. And if you were doing this problem on your own, you wouldn't have to write it out this way. I just wrote it out this way, hopefully making this statement a little bit more intuitive. Well, what is this going to be? Well, s sub 7, the sum of the first 7 terms, wherever we see an n, we replace it with a 7. So it's going to be 7 squared plus 1 over 7 plus 1. And from that, we are going to subtract s sub 6, the sum of the first 6 terms. Well, that's going to be 6 squared plus 1 over 6 plus 1 over 6 plus 1. And from here, we just have to do a little bit of arithmetic. So this is going to be, let's see, 7 squared plus 1. This is 49 plus 1, so that is 50 over 8. And this is 6 squared plus 1. That is 36 plus 1. That's 37 over 7. So let's see, we want to find a common denominator between 8 and 7. That would be 56. So this is going to be something over 56. Something over 56 minus something else over 56. Minus something else over 56. Now, to go from 8 to 56, I multiply by 7. So I need to multiply the numerator by 7 as well. 50 times 7 is 350. And then this second fraction, I multiply the denominator by 8 to get to 56. So I have to multiply 37 times 8. And see, 37 times 8 is going to be 240 plus 56. So that is 296. 296. And so this is going to be equal to, so I have a denominator of 56. 350 minus 296 is 54. So it's 54, 56. And if we wanted to reduce this a little bit, before we rewrite it maybe in a simpler form, we're not really making it we're rewriting the same value. This would be, let's see, could we write it as 27 over 28, 27 28ths. And let's see, is that about, yep, that's about as simplified as we can get. But there you go. That's what a sub 7 is. It's 27 28ths, the difference between the sum of the first 7 terms and the sum of the first 6 terms.